Okay, there's a video about the male nurse perspective. Honestly, never thought about the topic to make a video on. It was kind of too obvious, I guess, for me, But I had a couple comments recently about male nurses, how to deal with that. I don't think I made a video on it. Maybe I did. I tell you the truth, I don't even remember. It's not that I have so many videos. I really don't keep good track of them. I kind of, look at them, whatever. Kind of name them that way. Anyhow, guess what? You're not going to get out of being considered the male nurse, the Murs. It's just, you are a male nurse. That's just what it is. I would assume that's kind of like the female engineer back in the day. Maybe now it's a little better, but back in the day it was like a unicorn. The engineer sitting down. It was always in manufacturing. It was very, very rare to come across a female executive or engineer sitting across from me, or in the meetings. There were females that we did business with, and they were executives or what have you, or marketing or what, designers, other aspects. But engineer wise, very, very rare to. I can only think of one or two instances that was the case. As a male nurse nowadays, it's just more uncommon. It's not rare. There have been instances there were only male nurses on duty when I was doing a shift. But I'll tell you, there was a lot more occasions, a lot more where I was the only male. Only male. Forget about male nurse. I was the only male, techs included. It's definitely a female-dominated industry, both nurse and provider now. It used to be providers used to be predominantly male when I was growing up. Thankfully, that has changed because I'm biased. I think females are better doctors, are better providers. But nowadays, I see the residents come in. I think it's just my eyes, just me eyeballing things. I think there are more female providers now than male providers. I mean, that's just me. I have nothing to base it on off of, just only my eyewitness account from what I see. That it's limited. So anyway, you're not going to get away from the fact that you're a male nurse. Okay, to my male nurse or student nurse audience, and that's what I said to the reply on the comments. You can't avoid that, just like, and that's what I was getting at with my example of the female engineer. You can't get away from the fact that you're a female engineer. Does that make your credentials or your abilities less or more? No. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's, it's like my dog's a beagle. It's not going to change. If I can't make him into a greyhound, I can't make him into a Great Dane. He's a beagle. Do I love him any less or more? No, he's a dog. He's a dog, and what kind of dog is he? He's a beagle. That's what he is. I'm a male nurse. I'm not going to get around that. I don't try to get around that. There are pros and cons to it. And I won't get into that. It's kind of sidetracking a little bit, and I'm king of sidetrackers. So I don't try to get around that. I just do my job as a nurse and try to help my coworkers, whether they're male or female. It doesn't matter. I had the easiest shift I ever had. Just now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was easy. I was done charting at 10. Everything. It was the med load was low. The patient acuity was low. I only had 5 patients. I mean, like I said, I'm used to having 6, 7 or more. And 5 just seems to be the new norm, which is great. I love that. But my patient acuity level was low too. Whew. So what did I do with my extra time? I mean, I had 8 hours after that. Really? I mean, I had some meds to give. I had, whatever. I helped my friends. They had horrible shifts. All the other 3 or 4 nurses that were on my unit, in that subunit, oh, they got slammed. They were completely slammed. Horrible. I helped them. I answered call bells. I answered whatever. I picked up the phone. I was another tech. I put on my tech hat and did that. So it wasn't that I just twiddled my thumbs or anything. I helped them, and they appreciated that. They were like, "Oh my God, thank you for helping." That's okay. It's always, like I say, working is experience. You're logging hours. That's great. That helps you become a better nurse or a better tech or a better doctor, or a better provider, whatever. Work and help your friends out. Pay it back. Karmic wheel, karma. I do believe in that. So back and forth, I help them. It's not that I expect them to help me in the future. They have helped me in the past. I have helped them in the past. I helped them more. I had an easy shift. I helped them. I helped them out as much as I can. And they appreciated that. They appreciate me as a nurse. I happen to be a guy, and they definitely, they had their conversations as girl to girl stuff. Sometimes I'm literally in the middle and they're talking right through me, not being rude, but it's just that I'm at that workstation and they're at whatever station and they're charting and they're talking, oh yeah, blah, 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 and stuff that I'm like, ew, I don't need to know that. But that's okay. I can't imagine that occurring with 2 guys and a girl in the middle. That ain't gonna fly. That's gonna be harassment. But for me, one, it helps, I guess, the situation that they don't really care. They don't look at me as a potential mate because I'm older than all of them. I'm 20, 30 years older than them on average. Even the older nurses, I'm older. So, I'm not a potential mate to anybody. So that's okay. I'm not looking for any drama. So anyway, they talk the girl talk. It's okay. Sometimes it's just like, that's overshare. I didn't need to know that. But it is what it is. That's the closest you're going to be accepted. If you're in the background and they talk like, they don't pull punches, that's okay. I don't have a problem. I told them, I don't care. I don't talk to the male nurses that way. I think that would not bode well for us. And also, they're young too. They're 25-year-old guys that are out partying, clubbing, whatever. And I'm like, stay away from my daughters, that kind of thing. So, guess what? You're not going to be accepted as a female nurse because you're not a female nurse. You're a male nurse. That's great. Just look to be accepted as a nurse is what I'm getting at. Long trip to that succinct statement. And that's all you can hope for. That's all you can want. I'm not, I don't want to be accepted as a female nurse, an equal. I am an equal coworker, but you're a woman, I'm a man. That's great, or another gender. There's many genders now. That's great. It is what it is. I hope you accept me as a good nurse, or teach me then if I'm not. Help me become a better nurse, because we don't look at nurses in our unit at least and say, oh, you're a bad nurse. No, we say, okay, no, try to do it this way, or don't do it that way. Again, patient safety first. And that's all you can hope for, okay? And I hope you guys treat each other that way out there. Just treat each other as equals. That's all you can do. That was all I had advice for the person, because there's no trickety-trick, snickety-snick, magic wand super phrase that's going to get you in. There's no secret clubs for the men or the women. Sorry. At least I don't think there is. All right, good luck.